Question for you. How do you feel about your personal brand? Does it feel authentic to you? Does it feel boring? Is it non-existent? Well, if any of those are true for you, then I want to introduce you to Brand Archetypes in this video. It's one of my favorite tools that I love to use with my clients to help them identify a brand that feels authentic to them, but then also creates a great emotional connection with their ideal clients and can really transform their marketing and make them stand out even more. Hey there, I'm Lisa Suazo, your Marketing Technology Director with My Home, here with today's Nerd Nugget, your bite-sized marketing technology tip that you can implement into your business today. Today we're talking all about brand archetypes, why they're important, and why you should use them or care about them even in your real estate business. So what the heck is a brand archetype? We'll get there, but first I want to just back up and ask you, what is a brand that you really love? Or think to yourself some different brands that you love. What do you love about them? When I think of brands I love Chipotle. I love their witty little marketing campaigns. I love their commitment to high quality ingredients. And I love their queso, but that's a whole nother conversation. Maybe you love a brand that is just very luxurious and timeless and sophisticated like Gucci or Chanel. Or maybe you love Harley Davidson and you would never think of owning any other motorcycle besides a Harley because you just love what they stand for and their kind of F you to the man attitude. Now, if somebody asked you, why do you love that brand so much? It might even be hard for you to articulate exactly why, but you just know, right? You just know you like them. You feel it and you feel connected to them. So what is it about those specific brands that you love that make you feel so connected? We all have different brands that we really gravitate towards and then brands that we really don't. Now, the reason behind this, I would say, or one of the primary reasons, is brand archetypes. So many of these companies are actually leaning into their brand archetype. So what is it? Well, the definition of a brand archetype is that they are universal, deeply ingrained human character types projected onto brands to create an emotional connection with their target audience. So a simplified way of thinking about this is it's also your brand persona or your brand personality. And they are designed to create a human connection, almost a recognition with your ideal client that creates a deeper emotional connection. The reason that this is so important is because obviously, especially in real estate, it's a competitive market out there. We're all kind of doing the same thing in some capacity, right? So what differentiates you is how you do what you do. And with a brand archetype, you're connecting more deeply into a personality that gives energy to that how. This is what creates that differentiation. This is what creates that emotional connection and ultimately will start to drive business. And it creates a connection that's deeper than just the surface level transaction, right? Deeper than the buying and selling houses. It's something where there's this emotional connection. And when there's emotional connection, that's where loyalty, referrals, repeat business come from. Okay, so there are 12 archetypes in total, 12 brand archetypes, and they're rooted in psychology, interestingly. And without going into all the psychological details, the idea is that because human brains, because we were evolved listening to stories, all of us across cultures, religions, no matter where we live, we subconsciously recognize these characters from stories. So think of like the hero or the sage or the outlaw character. Like when I say those, you have a picture that comes into your mind, right? We recognize them at a deep subconscious level. And there are certain characters that we resonate with more than others. And this becomes important at the psychological subconscious level because, according to experts, up to 95% of our purchasing decisions are rooted in our subconscious mind. They're made by our subconscious mind. So this is super powerful. Once you can discover what your primary archetype is, your primary brand persona is, it can help give you some direction for how to create a little bit more authentic personality in your personal brand. So say as an example, you find out that you are a sage archetype. You are like the Yoda. This means that you are a trusted advisor to your clients. And one of the ways you can differentiate yourself is that you use your expertise, your knowledge, your wisdom to guide clients through really complex transactions. Or maybe another part of your sage is that because education and knowledge and wisdom is so important to you, it's also really important to you to provide that type of knowledge to your clients. So you have as part of your process different ways to really educate and empower your clients to make better decisions. Or maybe you find out you are a caregiver archetype like me. This is kind of that warm and fuzzy archetype that's very highly focused on service. So service is important, trust is important, helping your clients feel like they're not alone and that you're going to be with them throughout the process, making them feel safe and that the transaction process can be easier, more stress-free than they realize. That could be something really that helps you lean into your archetype. So there's all kinds of different cool things that you can do. And once you know what your archetype is, you can lean into it to create more differentiation in your marketing, in your social media, in your messaging, in your website, and even in just the details of your interactions with your clients. So it could impact the types of charities that you give to, the types of client events that you throw, even just little fun transaction details, right? Again, going back to if you're a sage, maybe you are providing lots of data and analytics throughout the process. Or maybe if you're a caregiver, for every client at the closing table, you're giving them a little client, care package, whatever that looks like. So it can be really fun. And again, this is how you create those little personal details that create that differentiation, that emotional connection that really keeps people coming back, that creates raving fans, and that gets them to refer people to you. So if you're curious about what your archetype is, I have a really cool 10-question quiz that was developed by My Home, and I'd be more than happy to send it to you so you can uncover your primary archetype. So if that's something you'd like to do, just shoot me an email at lswazo@myhome.com and put Brand Archetypes in the subject line, and I will send you that quiz and some resources as well, so you can kind of understand, once you identify what your archetype is, how you can use it to impact and up-level your marketing and your client experience. So I hope that was something that was helpful for you. If you have more questions about brand archetypes, please ask me. I love talking about this stuff. It's one of my favorite tools. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.